Ballyminane Mills is the last working water-powered flour, corn and sawmill, and all three of them are still operational. I am the third generation miller. It was established in 1832. My grandfather Michael Murphy moved in 1905. His son Aidan, Lord have mercy on him, he died a year ago in January. Continued on the milling process, and I have been here since 2008. The water source on the Blackstairs Mountain, and our mill race is 20 yards short of a mile, and it flows through 5 farms. So at the foot of the race there's a weir gate. So we open up the weir gate and let the water flow down, and the water flows and comes down here and fills up the water pond. The water pond will never overflow. Once it reaches the level that we want it at, the remainder of the water, which will flow off down the tail race and join onto the River Orne. The River Orne then flows down along and connects up to the River Slaney. But one of the most famous mill in Wexford was Davis's mill in Enniscorthy, and they would have used that water, that river there, to power their mill. As there used to be 5 mills on this river, and all 4 of them now are derelict bar this one. And this one here is the very last, I'd say it's the longest mill race, it's the longest mill going, and you're looking at the last one in Ireland operational here now. Our flour is stone ground. The wheat we use is sourced locally from Kevin Nolan in Tullow, and the protein levels in it is about 12.1. It's high in fibre, it's very high in nutrients, it's very good healthy product for making brown bread, scones, pizza dough, for a healthy lifestyle. We were awarded the 2019 Artisan Producer of the Year with Eurotux Ireland. We put the chain on the mouth of the bag, and we engage in pulling a rope. We engage a cog that wraps the chain around a cylinder that pulls up the bag to either to the first floor or to the second floor. So in this case now we pull it up to the second floor. The wheat that we source is about 12.1% protein. It's dried down to 13-14% moisture, and it is very high in fibre. It's about 9 or 10% in fibre. It's highly nutritious, and as I say, all the nutrients are retained, and it's extremely healthy and ideal for a balanced diet. So that has to be cleaned, and there's dust in it as well. You can see the dust. There's dust there. So this process is, once that hopper is full, it's augured up here into our cyclone cleaner. So this cyclone cleaner takes out all dust, takes out everything, all the dust, anything lighter than the grain, this will take it out. So as you see here now, all the good grain going through here comes out, flows down here. This is all your good grain. That's all perfectly cleaned wheat. There's no chaff, there's no straws, perfectly cleaned wheat. So this here is your hopper. Then you have your horse here that holds the hopper. You have the saddle, and this covering here is called a keeve. And inside the keeve then there's a set of milling stones, which are these. Them are the French bore milling stones. So what I was saying earlier on, the way that you have to dress the stones So if you can picture it, right, this is turned upside down, the grain goes through the center, and the grain then comes out onto here, and this is called the land. So you have the land, and then here you have the furrows. So the land crushes the grain, comes out in the furrows, and then it's brought around with the carriers. This is a carrier, brought around with the carriers and down the chute onto the sieve. So by dressing the stone, then we have something here like this is your mill pick, the handle. These picks, we have loads of these now, but I'll just show you this one as a demonstration. This pick here now has to be tempered. Has to be tempered at a blacksmith, because you have to get your point. And once the blacksmith is tempering that, he has to get a straw colour heat effect on it. And what he do, you get the straw colour on it, he'll put it down again in water, and he'd heat it again, and then he get a sandstone, limestone, and he'd sharpen it to get the point on it. So what we do is you put this in the handle like this, give it a good shot. So we come along, then we have to dress the stone. So this is a little lat. We put black dye on this. You get a bit of black powder, put it in a small drop of water and rub it on that. So you come along then and you rub it in the furrows like that. So as you see there, there's a little bit of black dye. Okay, you do that with the whole stone. You even go around the land as well, like that. Anywhere that the black dye sticks to, that you see, you come along then with your mill pick. Obviously you have to have your goggles on and everything. And you come along then and you have to knock out all the black dye. And that process is called dressing the stones. So this, to do a set of stones, that's the bed stone. The bed stone is stationary, does not move. And this stone here is called a runner. So this is the one that goes around and crushes the grain. So to dress the two stones, it would take you, generally, to do that now, I would start maybe about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be hopefully finished around 4 or 5 in the afternoon and stop for a bit of dinner. Right, so this is the mill itself. We call it the engine room because as you can see all the cogs here. So the far wheel, the vertical wheel, is called the pit wheel. This wheel up here is called the crown, and then the small little wheel then is the wallower. So as the water goes on the water wheel outside, once the water wheel starts, the pit wheel starts, all this starts in the one motion. These cogs are beech cogs. They were cut out. Michael Farlow, the all cut these out for us, specifically because they have to be like this. They have to be shaped like this. So our flour then comes down through the channels up on the second floor is cleaned, then it's brought down to the hopper, into the stones, and then it's brought down into this sieve, the shaker. And the shaker, you'll see it going, it goes like that. And there's a sieve inside in the shaker, and it is a 16 micron sieve. So the flour comes round through the sieve, and anything like hulls or bran, some people call it pollard, is that there. And that comes off and goes into this bag here. So in a ton of flour that we would mill, we would have about maybe 15 kilos of bran pollard, and there is absolutely zero waste. And our good flour then comes down here into this bag. Flour that you buy is always milled a week to 2 weeks beforehand, because people that buy the flour, we hope that they appreciate where they get the flour from the mill itself, and we like to have it as fresh as we can to get the best quality out of the flour. With this mill, as you see, it's going since 1832, and it'll go for another 100 years, please God, with my son or my daughters or whatever coming along. Hopefully they'll continue on the process of the milling